Hello, it's Gayle Palmer here, the osteopath at the Living Elements Clinic, where your health is my priority. Today's subject is all about inflammation, and in particular, why inflammation causes so much disease and what you can do about it, particularly what foods you can eat so that you are a bit more protected. So, inflammation is a natural phenomena, and it's the body's natural way of protecting and repairing itself. When you sprain an ankle or cut your skin, inflammatory processes bring healing cells right into that area to the site of injury. However, if this inflammation does not resolve itself initially, it becomes a different type of inflammation. There are different chemical physiological processes which take place, and that is called chronic inflammation. That's not so great. And you can tell it's that sort because in the name of the issue, there is an itis at the end of the word. So arthritis, immune conditions, stress and poor recovery from illness are also signs of issues around inflammatory resolution. So, how can we tip the balance between pain and stiffness and slower healing? From an osteopathic perspective, we can reduce unnecessary inflammation, and this is crucial for restoring mobility and function and health to that local area and potentially the body as a whole. While manual therapy supports alignment and circulation coming into the area and tissue repair, diet plays an equally important role because you get control over that. And as a therapist, I don't necessarily. The foods we can choose can either increase our inflammation, so ultra processed foods, brown foods, which have little colouring to them because those contain useful chemicals, or help reduce the inflammation. So making an anti-inflammatory approach to your diet and allowing you to eat more of the things that will help you are valuable tools in both recovery and your long-term health. So I'm going to go through a few of the anti-inflammatory foods which you might find really useful. First one, berries. There are a variety of different coloured berries, as you will know. Red, orange, yellow, purple, blue. Now, they may be small, but they are mighty because they contain huge amounts of chemicals called anthocyanins, which give them that colour. And they're compounds which combat oxidative stress, which causes your cell membranes to break down and cause tissue damage. And they improve your circulation generally. So studies have linked berry consumption to reduce cartilage breakdown in arthritis, better vascular health, so better circulation generally, and both of those support faster recovery from musculoskeletal issues and damage generally. And obviously, their natural sweetness gives them a little bit of an encouragement for us to eat them too, because we enjoy it. Here's another one that you might not think of naturally because we're not quite so used to it in England, or certainly weren't traditionally, is spices. Spices are among the most accessible anti-inflammatory foods. Turmeric, it's a small orange coloured root, really not that large, is perhaps one of the best known. And it produces that amazing yellow colour in curries. And it has a compound in there called curcumin. And it's shown to reduce pro-inflammatory chemicals and oxidative stress. And then there's ginger. This contains ginger rolls, and they act in a similar way and give you some pain relief medication. Plus, they're really good as a digestive, as uh, an immune booster, and because they have heat, they produce heat. They help your circulation as well. Everyday spices also make a difference. Cinnamon. So you put cinnamon over your apple pie or over cinnamon buns. Cloves, also anti-inflammatory, and black pepper, particularly crushed, black pepper from a pepper mill. They have quite a lot of antioxidants in them and a mild anti-inflammatory effect. So regular use of those, perhaps in teas, in your cooking, marinades, seasonings, sauces, will help to bring a little bit more natural medicine to your meals. And then there's cacao. Cacao, isn't that chocolate? Well, yes, it is. But pure cacao is often overlooked as an anti-inflammatory food. It's high in flavonols, another antioxidant variety of chemicals, which help regulate your immune function and reduce inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive proteins. Unlike highly processed chocolate, though, raw cacao powder or cacao nibs or dark chocolate, and I mean at least 70% proof cacao, with minimal sugars, because that's a pro-inflammatory concern, offers a nutrient-dense little bit of indulgence. They're amazing. Put a little bit of cacao powder on some desserts and it just transforms it. So give that a try. You might get to like that slightly more bitter taste to it. And then the one that I recommend most in my clinic, because it has the most beneficial effects, is salmon oil. Omega-3 fatty acids are an essential fatty acid for us. And essential because we have to have them in our diet. We cannot manufacture them. So I stock it in the clinic, one made by Neolife. It is the only one that I stock now because it has all 8, can't do that today, 8 of the omega-3 oils, and we need all of them. And it is really free of contaminants. It is checked for over 200 contaminants. So if it has a batch that is slightly contaminated, it will sell them off to other fish oil companies. Won't use them themselves. They are a bit more expensive, but I would rather take a supplement that isn't going to poison me and cause trouble later. So the fish oils in the supplements that I provide are primarily wild caught salmon caught north of the Arctic Circle. They are hand gutted of their livers because livers concentrate heavy metals and other toxins. You don't really want that. So it's just the flesh oil from fish caught in clean waters. But you can get omega-3 oils in other lower latitude fish, mackerel, sardines, trout, anchovies. But I am a little bit more wary of those because of the contamination issues. But these omega-3 compounds are the building blocks of resolvins and protectins, molecules that actively turn off inflammation once the body no longer needs it to do its job of healing. Clinical studies show that people with inflammatory conditions like rheumatoid arthritis benefit from high dose regular fish oil intake and report less stiffness, less pain. Plus, I use it a lot for other less obvious inflammatory conditions such as asthma, hay fever, and other allergies. It's fantastic to help brain development in children, but also to allow the circulation to work better and reduce cholesterol levels. We need cholesterol for our brain, but we don't want certain types of it in high quantities. And fish oils are an amazing way of naturally balancing these things out because our bodies know what to do with them. And I'm really in favor of that. Our bodies are way more intelligent than we are, if you hadn't worked that out. And then another one that's got a bit more expensive recently because there have been issues with the trees is olive oil. Olive oil is an omega-9 essential fatty acid, and it's the cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet. It's more than just a kitchen staple, though. It is a medicinal fat. It's rich in monosaturated fats and has a unique compound called olecanthal. Extra virgin olive oil reduces inflammatory enzymes in a manner similar to ibuprofen, in much the way that the fish oils do as well. And those populations who consume higher levels of EVOO, such as in the Mediterranean diet, consistently show lower levels of cardiovascular disease and inflammatory disorders. And that's got to be good news. So using it as your main cooking oil, as long as you don't heat it to a high temperature, it breaks down the oil. It's not good for it at that point. Or as a basis for salad dressings is fantastic for your health. Nuts and seeds are also awesome. So another source, a vegan source of omega-3 oils are walnuts. And I recommend that you have 2 or 3 a day. But there are other fats and nutrients in seeds and nuts which are beneficial. Mention the walnuts, flaxseed or linseed, again high in omega-3 oils and provide alpha linoleic acid, a plant form of the omega-3s. And some sunflower oils, pumpkin oils, they also produce high quantities of zinc and magnesium, again, vital for regulating your immune system and supporting muscle repair. So a handful of seeds or nuts over a salad, in your cereal perhaps, or in your cooking generally, is really useful for long-term anti-inflammatory effects. So if you are coming to me as an osteopath for an injury or inflammation or arthritis or stress tension, all of those things that increase the amount of inflammation that you have, I am also going to be talking to you about your diet and possibly using supplementation to really boost your diet up to help reduce the inflammation and improve the healing speed that we can go at. Think of it as a teamwork with the manual therapy that helps to restore the movement, the function, the balance, the ease of joint movement, muscular action, etc. So while your diet creates the internal environment for a health to flourish, I provide the help for the outside, the macro environment. So making simple choices in your everyday cooking will have you be healthier and happier. And I hope that that's been helpful to you and useful. If you need to have an appointment to see me, my name is Gayle Palmer. I work at the Living Elements Clinic in Siddlesham because your health is my priority and I don't want to see you suffer more than you need to. You can make an appointment via the website livingelements.co.uk and I look forward to being of service. Take care for now.